Hello, everyone. My name is Elodie Pertuiseau. I'm the Executive Director at E-commerce Data and the Digital Transformation at the Carrefour Group. In the last 3 years, we've undertaken a deep-seated digital transformation at Carrefour that's very ambitious, and I'm very happy to be here today with you to share the launch of a new activity which I believe is a real turning point in our transformation. I'm also surrounded by our 3 partners, Google, Criteo, and LiveRamp, who are global technology leaders, with whom we co-built a series of innovative solutions for analysis and personalization of the customer experience. Today, we are launching a new activity at Carrefour. This is a platform for retail media and performance that will allow our partners, suppliers, media partners, and distributors to offer the best possible customer experience. In a sense, we're putting all of our know-how in terms of customer experience, digital, and data at their service. This is possible today because we've considerably developed in the last few years and months our own digital and data solutions. In 2020, of course, we saw an increase in this trend and in our own digital solutions, so much so that Carrefour.fr has become the most visited food website in France with 15 million unique visitors per month. And so this platform is a suite of solutions based on data analytics. Data is what allows us to implement the work that we've done together with our customers daily to make better offers, deal daily with irritants, and improve the performances of all our sales actions. And so data is a lever that's changing drastically the way we work, both at Carrefour and with our partnering brands. And so this platform has a name. We have called it Carrefour Links. Carrefour Links is going to bring together all the solutions of the Carrefour Group for customer knowledge and for retail media and for performances. Carrefour Links. Links because this has to do with developing and reinforcing our links with our customers, of course, with our partnering brands, and between these different players as well. And why do we believe that this Carrefour Links platform answers an expectation? First, we are on the world market of retail media. This is a market that's strongly developing in all of our geographies. We launched in 2019 and 20 a series of initiatives on this market, and their success allowed us to assess this potential. This is a global market of 30 billion euros and 500 millions in France. We are seeing it grow strongly also. And where does this growth come from? It comes from the expectations of our customers who have evolved. When we ask our customers, 80% of them tell us that they expect more personalized offers rather than being submerged by ill-adapted offers. And this expectation also comes from brands, these brands that want to reach out more efficiently to their customers. And these brands have invested in digital marketing a lot. They've developed their marketing teams, and they expect more efficiency here and more measurements. They want to understand finally the link between a digital marketing campaign and the sale of a product. This is what we can do to measure all the way to the sale of a product in stores, which digital pure players cannot do. Digitalization of our activities has also made our websites and apps very powerful media. These are where the traffic takes place, and they allow us to reach out to e-commerce customers who are ever more numerous. But not only, because they allow us to reach out to all our customers who have become omni-channel, because they go to our websites and apps to find their digitized receipts, which is what we announced in France a few weeks ago, their digital catalogs as well, or take advantage of loyalty programs. In France and Brazil, loyalty programs are broadly digitized. Finally, and this is crucial, we chose to develop our platform on first-party data. This means that the data is collected from the users of our Carrefour services themselves, navigation or transactional data. These are people who came to Carrefour and with whom we have a very close link. These are very high-quality data, and this is crucial as well. And so this Carrefour Links platform is the result of our digital transformation. This transformation that Alexandre Bompard launched in 2018 in the framework of the 2022 Carrefour Transformation Plan. And this is how, year after year, we could set the foundation on which Carrefour Links rests today. And this foundation is in particular to do with data teams and data technologies that are at the best level on the market. The first example of this, and the most striking, is moving on to the cloud. Today, 25% of our applications are in the cloud for all the Carrefour group, and this was done in less than 2 years. And our ambition is that by 2022, we'll reach 50%, and we want to become a 100% cloud-based company. We are going to therefore renew our partnership with Google to reach this 100% cloud-based. And beyond the cloud, we created, and thanks to the cloud, a data lake that's worldwide and brings together all of our data, in particular transactional data. And to give you this picture, a data lake of 6 billion transactions that are stored. But it's not enough to have data. You need to be able to analyze it and make it speak daily, not just for data scientists, but category managers as well, marketers, everybody. This is what tools such as BigQuery or Google Looker are for. We use them daily to have access very easily to all this data for all our teams to take these business decisions on the basis of this data. And this is also why we created a data factory. It's not just a factory. These are teams of data scientists who are spread out over all our geographies and who assist our teams of category managers, marketers, to ratchet up their skills and for data to be part and parcel of all of our professions and decisions in Carrefour. And I'd like to give you a few concrete examples of the way that we use these analytical capacities and data capacities within Carrefour and with Carrefour Links more and more with our partner brands. In terms of marketing, for instance, we are digitizing more and more our different marketing formats with innovative formats. 24 million people in France have consulted our digital catalogs on YouTube, so a completely different catalog now. And we can also measure that 20% of our sales in stores are directly impacted by our digital marketing campaigns. And of course, for the different suppliers that we work with, it's a great tool to speak to their customers upstream before they come to stores. And to speak of our core business in terms of sales, our statistical analytics capacities, the data allows us to better work on an essential element for our customers, the choice that we give them. This is true for e-commerce. On our websites, 23% of the products that are put in baskets directly come from our recommendation algorithms. I'll give you a few examples later. And this is also true in stores. We have designed and deployed for all our franchise stores an algorithm that recommends every week products that they could put into their inventory and offer their customers and that would be sold very well. And how do we do this? Well, we compare these stores to similar stores in terms of the different location or customer base or sales. And from there, we give them the best recommendations. It's just like with Netflix. When you're offered the best film that's going to go into your different tastes. And we offer our franchise stores the products that are going to sell the best. We are the Netflix of food products. Now, in terms of services, we assist more and more the brands that work with us to digitize their different offers, coupons, discounts. In 2020, 109 brands worked with us to emit 100 million euros of personalized promotions that are more in line with our customers and those brands. And let's not forget that our job is also about monitoring very finely what is happening with our customers. And beyond press conferences, I look at dashboards every day to have a very minute understanding of requests and claims that come up to our call centers. And we have real-time monitoring of these different issues that affect our partners. And we've reduced by 43% the technical issues that were brought up by our customers. And so this is what Carrefour Links is about, all these services that we put at the disposal of our partners today, because together we can develop new services for marketing and sales. And so you see, Carrefour is moving forward, innovating, but our mission is ever the same, the satisfaction of our customers. And in terms of data, our customers have two expectations, the respect of their consent and transparency in terms of what's done with their data. In terms of consent, we put in place a dedicated tool, a consent management platform that allows us to monitor the consent of each customer, make sure it's reliable, it's well sourced, and make sure that all the necessary consents were garnered. In terms of transparency, the use of data is described at the time when it's collected, and this information can be consulted at any time on our websites. Customers can choose to accept or refuse any given consent in all or part the different cookies during their navigation. They can exercise their rights on the website on carrefour.fr or with a simple request, and of course they can change their minds at any time. I'd now like to say a few words to underscore the positioning of Carrefour Links. This positioning is first linked to our geographic positioning, which is exceptional. And beyond this, in terms of the penetration in our markets, we are lucky enough to have 80 million households who trust us every day in the world, buying in our stores and on our websites. And 80 billion of which have the Carrefour loyalty card, and so very close collaboration with them. And we've made the choice of an open platform. What does this mean? It means that our partners don't need to change their tools or the different media platforms that they work with or their habits. They can connect to this in a secure fashion and do their own analyses. For instance, identifying the type of customers that they want to address a certain coupon to, choose to deploy it on our websites or applications, and measure the performances of these actions with our teams in real time and make better sales choices. And so to sum up, I would say that Carrefour Links is a self-service platform that has international dimension and answers the whole value chain and the whole customer journey. And we've made the choice of deploying Carrefour Links in partnership with the world leaders of associated technologies. This is essential because we are also on a market of lab tech, so advertisement tech, which is an experts market where we can be able long-term to answer the challenges of this market. We're associated with Google since 2018 on the cloud, and so we're extending this partnership to go even farther and go towards a 100% cloud-based company. And LiveRamp, we signed in 2021 a partnership with LiveRamp, which is the world leader for data collaboration. With Criteo as well, we just signed an international partnership. Criteo is the European leader for advertising targeting. And so these three technological partnerships are at the heart of Carrefour Links innovation. Just to say a few words on these innovations, based on 4 families of solutions that follow the customer journey. Capture, to find new customers, prospective customers for a given brand. Convert, to improve the conversion rate all along the purchase journey to address the right offer at the right time on the right channel. Converse, to develop a lasting relationship with our customers, for instance, with relevant content. And comprehend, because you have to be able to monitor this activity over the whole customer journey, over the whole value chain with value analytics and data analytics. And so with these 4 families, and the different brands can choose to have a given type of product that is more in line with their needs. Experience is a secure environment dedicated to digital marketing teams that are experts and going to make up very highly qualified audiences. And this we are building with LiveRamp. Carrefour CRM is a CRM marketing tool that we're going to enrich regularly with new functionalities, and the most popular of which is a promo gaming feature, which allows our customers to play as they're shopping online. And we see that gamifying shopping is something that attracts many new customers and is quite nice for the brands that we work with as well. Search and display allows us to have more digital visibility in a more interactive and contextualized fashion developed by Criteo. And finally, Data Shopper, which is an analytics console and provides information on the sales dynamics and consumer behavior, and entirely developed on Google technology. I'd now like to tell you how the partners that signed on to some of these products can build with us customer experiences that are innovative, more personalized. Take the example, for instance, of a customer that we'll call Thomas. Thomas used to shop in a store, and in 2020, he decided to go online on our e-commerce website. And when he created his account on Carrefour.fr, he gave his consent to receive personalized offers. And so, when he goes onto Carrefour.fr and puts in breakfast cereal, we look at his purchasing history online and in stores, and we see that he practically only buys organic morning cereal. And so we are going to adapt the pages, navigation, and offers, and we're going to offer our partnering brands to give him organic cereal offers. And so Thomas has a very efficient and seamless journey and goes to the end of his basket to validate. But before he pays, we always check that he hasn't forgotten something. And we see, for instance, that he forgot milk, which is something that he buys regularly. And so our algorithms are going to detect that he didn't buy milk this time. And it maybe happened to you, as it happened to me, to receive your delivery and you forgot the milk, and you'll understand that this is the most popular algorithm with our customers because this avoids a few issues when you receive your purchase. And after this purchase, we're also going to offer our partners to send Thomas different coupons, for instance, to discover a new brand or a new product in his favorite brand. And he's going to find this in his personalized space. And for Thomas, the catalogs of 80 pages will be unnecessary. He'll just go onto his space and he'll find the promotions that are really tailored to him. I'll just say a few words on Data Shopper now, which is a main crucial component in terms of data analytics. This means that on this console, for our teams, we have all the sales of all products in all Carrefour stores for all types of customers. We can make all types of analyses here in real time, for instance, detected very early on a sales trend, a product that sells much better than we thought, or the other way around as well, which happens. We can determine a type of customer for which a brand may be gaining loyalty, or a type of customer straying away, or a type of product that is dwindling, or category as well. And so this is crucial and precious, and we open this console to our partner brands with tools such as Google Looker. Partner brands can anticipate stock shortage on their products because they saw the sales dynamics. They can choose to send their sales forces to one store or a geography because they've noticed that there was an issue there. They could choose a customer category on which they want to develop sales more. And so these are loads of options that are open on Data Shopper now. And our platform now, Carrefour Links, is available. It is going to continue growing in the months and years to come. To give you a few examples, Experience is already available in France since 2018, and following this success, we decided to have a second version launched in July in France and then in all of our geographies. We also launched Data Shopper in September last for our internal teams, and since January open to our partners. We now have 14 major CPG brands that use it, and I think they use it a lot in their daily work. And since the month of May, we developed in France on our websites and applications the search and display solution and extending it progressively to all our geographies as well. And so I think we can say that Carrefour Links has been launched, and this is really implementing a huge step in our digital transformation. And so I want to share it with you with this video.
Carrefour has always been built on its links with customers, providing personalized relationships and experiences. As leader in grocery, we have made every effort to maintain this vital link, even as customer habits have changed, pushing beyond the physical store. One thing hasn't changed, however, our obsession with customer satisfaction. We call it the 5-5-5, our equation for customer-centric retail, which guides all of our decisions at Carrefour. That is why every step of the way, we have implemented tools that allow us to reinforce our link with customers, to understand and respond to their needs, no matter how they shop. Today, we are extending our expertise and tools to our partners so that they can take care of our customers as well as we do. By maintaining and developing meaningful relationships with customers, thanks to Carrefour Links, Carrefour's retail media and performance platform. With a cutting-edge international data platform, Carrefour Links offers unparalleled data-based customer insights to drive customer-centric decision-making. We have worked with the most advanced technology partners to put data-based customer insights at the heart of everything we do. Carrefour Links gives you access to our data-driven solutions so that you can capture solutions to inspire prospects and customers, driving highly qualified traffic. Convert solutions to support customers in their sales journey. Converse solutions to develop long-lasting relationships with customers. And comprehend solutions to access added value insights throughout the customer lifecycle. Whether you are a consumer packaged goods supplier, an advertiser, or a retailer, you can create meaningful links with your customers thanks to Carrefour Links, Carrefour's retail media and performance platform.
Our technology partners, Google, LiveRamp, and Criteo, have been key contributors to the conception of the Carrefour Links platform. It is thanks to the close collaboration between our teams and their teams that we are here today to launch this comprehensive set of data solutions. So it's my absolute pleasure to welcome them here today for this roundtable to discuss the Carrefour Links platform and to understand how their technologies can help us improve the experiences of our customers. I've invited Sébastien Coineau to moderate the discussion.
Thank you very much, Elodie. I'm Sébastien Coineau. Hello, everyone. I'm a French radio and TV journalist specializing in tech innovation, and I'm very excited to be with you all today to moderate this next panel in English for our international speakers. Now that Elodie Pertuiseau has introduced us to Carrefour Links, we will now hear from the international partners who have built this new service with Carrefour. We have with us today Warren Johnson. Warren, you are the president of LiveRamp, who you just flown in from the US to be with us today. Thank you so much. Geoffroy Martin, general manager, growth portfolio from Criteo. Welcome, Geoffroy. And François Loviton, managing director, brands and retail from Google. Nice to meet you. François, would you each like to say maybe a word before we get started? Warren, if you want to introduce you and LiveRamp, please.
Yes, well, thank you, Sebastian, and thank you, Elodie. And let me just say it's nice to travel again, and it's wonderful to be back in Paris. My name is Warren Jensen. I'm president of LiveRamp. By way of a little background, I've been fortunate enough to be at some really interesting companies at really interesting times. I was the CFO of Amazon.com during really incredible transformation at the beginning of the company, where we kind of changed all the paradigms and introduced used merchandise on the website. We then started to partner with other retailers, which at the time was unheard of. I was CFO of Electronic Arts, and that was the convergence of on and offline gaming and mobile. And also Delta Airlines, and I've also been CFO of NBC Television. A couple of things about LiveRamp. First, we're incredibly proud that we've been a partner of Carrefour's working on data collaboration for the past 6 years. And so this marks not just a beginning for us, but the next major step in the transformation. LiveRamp is a software as a service platform that makes it safe and easy to use data. And through our collaboration platform, we make it safe and easy for Carrefour to collaborate with its partners.
Thank you. Geoffroy, we know in France Criteo, but...
Yeah, nice to meet you, everybody. Thanks for having us, Sebastian. Thank you so much for Elodie for inviting us. It's an honor to be here today. So my name is Geoffroy Martin. I'm the General Manager and Executive Vice President for Growth Portfolio at Criteo, in charge of our retail media division. I was born and raised in France, but I did all of my career in the US prior to moving back to Paris 2 years ago.
Welcome
to join
back.
Criteo for this very exciting journey. Prior to joining Criteo, I was the CEO of Art.com, which was a pure-play e-commerce company. So fun fact, I was also Criteo's first client back in 2009, and I've been in tech my entire life, working with an internet focus since 2004. Criteo quickly is the leading provider of the leading commerce media platform. We have 2,500 employees worldwide. We have more than 20,000 partners and clients, more than 5,000 publishers, And all of these partners allow us to have the world's largest set of commerce media data that we are then able to activate through partnership, such as Carrefour Links, which we are very excited to be part of.
Great. Then François.
Yes, good afternoon. Thank you, Sebastian, and thank you, Elodie. I'm very pleased to be here today. So I'm the managing director for brands and retail at Google France, and I will just talk more about the relationship we got with Carrefour. It's a long time relationship, more than 20 years, but I remember in 2017 when Carrefour launched his strategic plan 2022. We were discussing with you and we were thinking about how we could move a relationship to a next level. And that was the birth of what we call today the Carrefour Google partnership with 3 pillars. One was about culture, training, upskilling. The second one was about customer experience, digital marketing. And the last one was about data and cloud. And this is why we are here today. And among the iconic projects that we launched together these last 3 years, the move of part of the IT of Carrefour to Google Cloud is one of these iconic projects. And I think that today definitely it's because we have made this move, which is a kind of foundation for many business that you can launch today, that somehow Carrefour Links has been launched. So we are very honored and very pleased to be here today for this amazing launch.
Thank you, François. You can keep the microphone. First question for all of you. What changes have you observed in terms of customer expectations around personalized experiences? And how should companies adapt in order to meet this expectation, François?
So you know that we have many customer service, consumer service, what we call platform at Google. We have more than 9 platforms that have more than 1 billion users every month. And thanks to this consumer, we got a lot of insight. So 3 things that we can say today about the latest trends in terms of consumer behavior and expectation. The first one definitely is that after more than 1 year of pandemic, we see an incredible acceleration of unpredictable and complexity among the consumer behavior. We see that there is about more than 140 point of contact for each purchase, which is kind of complicated for a retailer to understand. And we see also that it's very complicated to anticipate when a consumer will buy a product. We see that the summer sales will change, that back to school will change. At some point, people are shifting the time and the moment and where they want to buy. The second trend we see is that we used to talk about channels, online channels, offline channels, and we've seen a great acceleration of what we can call a hybrid experience, where most of the consumers are starting online, more than 50%, and they are also going in store. 83% of the French consumers still go into the store, but it's different shopping journey. We can say, for instance, that even if they still go in the store, the time they spend in the store is reduced. Because they have prepared their shopping online, they get inspired online, they prepare their visit to a store online. So it's a kind of new hybrid channel that retailers have to master. And the last one is a kind of paradox. We talk a lot about sustainability and people are looking for organic product and so on. But at the same time, people are also still looking for discount, good price, and competitiveness is very important also for retailers. So definitely it's big stakes for most of the retailers really to tackle these trends.
Warren, I remember 3 words from François' speech: unpredictable, complex, and hybrid. What's your point for LiveRamp?
Well, you know, I fully agree. I think I would start, though, with something that hasn't changed. And really, that's the fact that data and trust are key to creating great customer experiences. I don't know about you, but you know, something that I relate to is going to the coffee shop in the morning. And when I walk in, I expect that the barista knows me, and I expect that they know how I like my coffee. Now, a couple of things that have changed. First of all, COVID has changed everything. It's changed how we work, it's changed how we live, and it's changed how we shop. And I think interestingly, when you talk about the online experience, online's really raised the game when it comes to personalization. And we all now expect that same level of personalization in the physical world or when we go in store. What that means is we don't want to wait. We want immediate checkout. We want to make sure the product, and we expect the product to be there when we get there at the right price and with the right promotion. And I guess I would finally say that that's what makes today's announcement incredibly exciting. This is a wonderful opportunity for consumer goods suppliers to partner with Carrefour to better understand the consumer and to have those right products in the right place at the right time.
Geoffroy?
Yeah, thank you. I want to echo some of the points that François and Warren made. I mean, the one thing that's clear, one thing that has not changed is customers expect, a very strong level of personalization and superior, user experience. Now, what's been really interestingly enough, with COVID, is that we've seen a massive quantum leap of e-commerce penetration, and some people just think it's been like we just jumped by 5 years. And what that means is that there was a massive influx of people that started buying online for the first time, especially for the grocery and for the packaged good category, which obviously is a category where Carrefour dominates a lot of the markets. And what that means is a lot of the merchants have to adapt on how to provide the same type of experience online that you can get offline as well. Furthermore, if you start looking at this blurred line between the physical world and the online world, that means that more and more you need to be able to provide to your brand partners, who are truly the part of the ecosystem of the retail world, access to the type of data that is going to enable them to have one-on-one type of relationship with their clients, the same way they were able to have it on the offline world as well. And what's really exciting about today's announcement, Warren and Elodie, is that together we are enabling Carrefour through Carrefour Links to provide this type of ecosystem, both to Carrefour but also to the brands and ultimately to the end users, because it's all about them. You don't want to impact the experience, you want to make it richer, and we're very excited to be part of it.
Elodie, you can sign all of this?
Yes,
You agree?
I can sign. I should deliver. The role of the retailer is how we deliver these experiences. And it's what you said, it's how we deliver experiences that are really useful to our customers. That's the key questions. And I really agree with the insight you've been sharing, François, and we work a lot with Google on the insights as well. And our customers want, for example, for e-commerce, they want that e-commerce, that online grocery shopping makes their life easier, makes their life simpler, and that we can really, grocery online should be faster, should be easier. That is one of the key focus we should have. And they also tell us, you're perfectly right, that their prices and promotion matter for them more than ever, in particular this year, in particular after COVID. So they really expect a retailer like us, like Carrefour, to be able to provide them with relevant prices, relevant promotions that really are suited to their buying habits. It's really key for them. And also, you mentioned organic, you mentioned sustainable products. I think they want us to provide experiences that in the end will help them to improve the way they eat. That's as simple as that.
If you can make quicker answers, please, because we have to take questions after this roundtable. As experts, what, in your opinion, does Carrefour bring to the table to make the best use of your technology to meet consumer expectation? Warren, keep going, please.
Well, thank you. I think this is such a good question, and I'd highlight a few things. The first thing, which perhaps is the most important, is if you think about Carrefour in each of its markets, it's part of our daily lives, and that's an enormous advantage and an enormous opportunity. Next, it's through Carrefour that its suppliers are actually in touch with shoppers like you and me. Mm-hmm. And again, that's what makes today's announcement so important and so exciting. Carrefour is the most advanced global retailer to do a few things: to collaborate with its partners, to provide analytics and insights, and then most importantly, to do that in a very granular way. Again, a wonderful opportunity for its suppliers and consumer goods partners to really get closer to the consumer. And then finally, I'd really just highlight the spirit of innovation. I think Carrefour has had a history of being 15 minutes ahead, and I can tell you that today's announcement is another great example of innovation at Carrefour.
Is the most advanced in the world, you say?
The most advanced approach when it comes to the granular sharing of data, and then also offering the insights and analytics.
You want to come back to Paris, probably.
I do.
Geoffroy, for
Yeah, thank
criteria,
you.
please.
And You know, as part of Carrefour leadership in e-commerce, I mean, the team has been laser focused on the user experience and user centricity. And one thing that we've been really focused on together with our team and Carrefour's team is to make sure that the experience was non-intrusive. So we've worked very collaboratively on native ad formats that are just integral to the experience of the client in a way that is non-intrusive. That's one thing that Carrefour brings to the table that was part of the value proposition. The second one is, as we all know, a lot of the transaction, more and more of the transaction are happening on mobile, right? So we needed to make sure that the platform and the offering was truly multi-screen, and we're able to work together with Carrefour on that. More than 50% of the transaction online are happening, especially in CPG and groceries online. That's a trend that's going to continue to increase, and we've been able to work on that together. Finally, the one thing that's really interesting with the world of retailing, as Warren was saying earlier, is the lines are blurred between the physical and the online world. And one thing that's very integral to Carrefour's strategy that was extremely efficient during the COVID pandemic is that a lot of folks are buying online, but they are picking stuff offline, for example, through Carrefour Drive. And being able to integrate that to the solution was extremely important. I said finally, but there's one last point. Carrefour is one of the world's biggest retailer with a very strong international footprint, and being able to integrate that into the solution is also something that is going to enable all of us through the Carrefour Links relationship to provide one of the world's largest data set for a single retailer to the brand's partnership.
François, please continue. You said earlier that Carrefour and Google are partners for years.
Yes, I would take maybe a different perspective to highlight what makes Carrefour unique. It's the way Carrefour is managing its digital transformation. And I think the first one is about data. And Carrefour has really put data at the heart of its digital transformation to make sure that all the organization was really focused on that change. The second is about human being, and Carrefour has understood at the beginning that it was very important to move to technology and to data, but at the same time to onboard all the Carrefour employees, and you had a huge plan to train people and to upskill people to machine learning and data science. And the third one is about partnership. Carrefour has also this unique approach to make sure that for any new business, they look for the best expertise and the best partner around the world, and this is the example for Carrefour Links. So this is what I would say.
Thank you, François. Last question. How does your technology transform the experience for a customer like me? Maybe Geoffroy.
Yeah, thank you, Sébastien. We talk about change, but one thing that hasn't changed is that ultimately consumers want to see the right ad at the right time at the right space.
Sure.
Right. So you want to make sure that when you come through a search result, either on the site or from outside of the world, you're going to see what you're looking to buy, or actually what you didn't know you wanted to buy, but you want to buy that. You want to make sure that you have the latest pricing. You want to make sure the item is in stock. Right, so very deep integration with Carrefour's data is super important there. And then what we provide is through our leadership in artificial intelligence and machine learning. We have more than 13 years of experience there. We're able to massage all of these data and finally, show the right ad at the right spot in the least intrusive way. And we've been able to succeed, doing that together with our friends at Carrefour.
Warren, please continue.
It's really interesting listening to our answers today. We talk a lot about data, we talk about technology, we talk about machine learning, but there are two constants that it all adds up to, and that's the consumer and the customer experience. So at LiveRamp, that's exactly the thing we focus on, is working with our partners to help them safe and easily use data to create great customer experiences. It's also through our platform, our collaboration platform, that Carrefour and its partners can safely and easily collaborate.
And for Google, François?
When it comes to Google Cloud, which is a layer of Carrefour Links, three things. The first one is about openness. Our platform is really open and enables really Carrefour to scale and to rapidly innovate with new services. The second is about empowering. Carrefour and all the Carrefour employees can really use, and tomorrow the customer, the technology of Google Cloud. And the last one is about also, as Carrefour Links is a new business and we talk a lot about sustainability, it's important to highlight that the Google Cloud solution is also the cleanest cloud solution. And this enables Carrefour to build on a very sustainable technology.
Very interesting. Thank you so much to all of you. Elodie, would you like to say a few words to wrap up this session?
Thank you. Thank you very much, Sébastien. I'm really proud to hear you as technology leaders speaking this way about our partnership. So thank you very much. I really think that we had made the most important point. It's about customers. All this is about customers. And I think the discussion shows how we together with the Carrefour Links, with your technology, we can build outstanding customer experiences, I would say. So speaking about customer experiences, I would like also to share with you a real example of how one of our partners, a CPG partner, has been able to use Carrefour Links and use our technologies, data shopper and experience built with LiveRamp to develop growth solutions. In particular, that's the case of Procter & Gamble. The teams of Procter & Gamble have been working on our solutions for the past few months, and they identified some growth opportunities regarding Ariel. So I will let you discover the testimony of Claire Van Horn, who is Corporate Marketing Director at P&G.
Today, I will share with you how collaborating on data accelerated the laundry category at Carrefour and our Ariel detergent brand, whilst fueling our common ambition of driving meaningful impact together. We started by understanding our consumers and the European laundry lifecycle analysis and uncovered two very important insights. The first, 40% of our consumers want to reduce their environmental impact during their laundry process, but they don't know how. The second insight was that 60% of the laundry carbon footprint is linked to the washing temperature. As a second step, we wanted to better understand our Carrefour Ariel shopper via the Carrefour Data Shopper platform. What we learned was that on Ariel pods, our most sustainable product form that allows washing efficiently at colder temperatures, we had a big opportunity to recruit new users. We therefore launched a national campaign to raise consumers' awareness on the benefits for the planet of washing at colder temperatures with Ariel pods and National Geographic, and complemented this national campaign with a powerful and shopper-centric amplification enabled by combining Carrefour Data Shopper, LiveRamp, and P&G Media. Let me show you the campaign first.
Can small changes in the home really impact the planet? In laundry, up to 60% of the carbon footprint comes from heating the water. Washing colder is better for the planet. Ariel, every degree makes a difference.
Thanks to Carrefour shopper purchase data and the LiveRamp app ecosystem, we were able to identify shoppers who had a strong affinity with eco products and activated a targeted digital media campaign towards this audience, with a relevant message at the right time and at the right location. We know that such data-powered amplifications have a big impact. For the consumers, 62% of our consumers are willing to reduce their washing temperature. And what does that mean for the planet? If every French household would wash 10 degrees colder for 1 year, we could save the energy equivalent of lighting the city of Nantes. In summary, thanks to this partnership, we were able to 1. Target relevant consumers with a relevant message at the right time. 2. Size and validate a business opportunity faster. More to come on this exciting journey. I hope this was helpful and inspired you to wash colder yourself as well.
Thank you to Procter & Gamble for that testimony about Carrefour Links. We will now open our Q&A session. Thank you to watch. Our speakers are ready, I think. To ask a question, very simply, please click the orange button on your screen, write your question, and then press submit. Our first question today is from Olivier. Olivier Dauvert, des éditions Dauvert. I will take your question in French if you are a French journalist, in English for the others. Où en est Carrefour sur l'interface Drive e-commerce personnalisée? Peut-être pour vous, Élodie, cette solution ouvre-t-elle la voie à l'interface Drive réellement personnalisée? Nous dit Olivier, en clair, un écran d'atterrissage différent selon le client, des promos
depending on the
personnalisées pour les gens.
client and not just personalized promotions. Very good. Good morning, Olivier Dauvert. Good afternoon, Olivier Dauvert. Thank you very much for this question. I know that you are specialized in drives and retail. I agree with this vision that the ambition is to have this drive, my little store, that is my promotions, but also my universe that goes well with how I shop. When we listen to our customers, they want to go on e-commerce. It's because they want to save time, but they also want it to be seamless. They want it to be like being in your store, your products and your shelves. And we are currently marking the first stages. Earlier on in my keynote, I said that 23% of the purchases are a result of our algorithms, but 1 year ago it was just almost zero. So you can see it's changing extremely fast. So just imagine 50% or almost all the purchases will be the result of the personalized suggestion during the customer journey. So we're almost there. We have teams in our data factories. One of these teams works on a predictive algorithm, shopping prediction algorithm. That's going to be very helpful. We've got regular customers who buy lots of products. They'll be able to predict the next product you'll put in your basket, or to see the products that you're likely to put in your trolley, in your shopping trolley. So you go to these online personalized stores, and promotions, as Olivier Dauvert knows, well, promotions are a part of Carrefour's DNA, and we need to keep this DNA. And with Criteo, we are ready to offer the promotion that will suit you. That's extremely important in Carrefour's DNA. Geoffroy. Product at the best price always in stock. Very granular integration with the data of Carrefour. And we also pair that with our artificial intelligence in order to always be ready to be at the right moment, at the right point. This software is key for retail.
From Dow Jones AGFI, is Carrefour Links a new business unit with financial targets? Could you please explain the potential of Carrefour Links in terms of revenues?
Yes, it is indeed a new business unit, a new activity line, as I mentioned. We believe that it has strong potential. I mentioned that we launched already some of the bricks, some of the elements of Carrefour Links in last year or in 2019, and we saw strong results. So we are very confident in the results and in the potential. That's why we're launching today. In terms of financial perspective, I think it's too soon. Today, it's time for a big launching, for a media launching, for a commercial launching. We are putting new activities inside Carrefour Links. I mentioned that, for example, Experience product is coming to a new version in July. Criteo has really started in France in May, so it's a bit too soon. We need to go further. We need to go a bit further, and we are doing it today to be able to give a more financial perspective. However, I think what is interesting is to understand on what market we are working, because we think we have potential because of the market we are on. It's a retail media market. Maybe Geoffroy can give a few elements about this market and what is its potential, because you know it very, very well as well.
Yeah, thank you, Elodie. Thanks so much. So yeah, just if we can take a quick step back and maybe level set on retail media. So We like to call retail media the new frontier of ad tech, and simply put, it's brand-funded advertising on retailers' property. And when you think about it, it's actually quite revolutionary. And that was, as you know, all of us know, it was pioneered by Amazon a long time ago, like 2012, 2013, when Amazon started charging brands so that their own items will show higher in search results. You know, in a sense, copying what Google has been doing very successfully with search engine marketing since 2004. And as a result, when you do retail media well, it's what we like to call a win-win-win proposition. The brands, more and more, you know, CMOs at brands or brand managers at big CPG companies, they are more and more accountable for results. Gone are the days where you could just blow like $2 million on a Super Bowl advertising or a big advertising for the final of the French Open in France. Now more and more the CMOs want to see results. And through retail media, because you have access of the point of purchase within the Carrefour environment, the brand managers are able to get data back and results back. For the retailer, it's one way to help, create a new source of revenue by being able to capitalize on the gold mine that is, traffic and customer behavior. So it's something that is being noted. A lot of the leading retailers, have built some very successful businesses around retail media, and that's what Carrefour is doing now, at a much bigger scale with Carrefour Links. And finally, it's very, very important to talk about the user experience, right? Coming out and doing some type of advertising can be extremely disruptive. And there is no e-commerce that's successful without fantastic user experience. And the beauty of retail media is you do that in a native, non-intrusive way. Now, to further answer your question, Elodie, if you want to just give some rough numbers, we all estimate the retail media market to be about $30 billion midterm. We estimate it to be $30 billion in 2024, excluding Amazon and excluding China. So it's a massive market. Half of it is on-site, half of it is off-site. Elodie shared the number of 500 million in France. We estimate that about 1/3 of this market currently is in Europe. But Carrefour is, as we know, is extremely active in Europe and also very, very strong in Latin America. So it's a massive market for all of us. We like to say that the retailers are going to become the new media moguls. And a lot of the media budget is going to migrate from traditional media to the retailers.
Thank you, Geoffroy. Again, to ask a question, please click the orange button on your screen, write your question, and press submit. A question maybe for Carrefour too, and then Warren from LiveRamp if you want. Sébastien Joseph du Media DigiDay. How does the new partnerships position the business to win more media dollars from digital shopper marketing, especially as first-party data becomes more important ahead of the depreciation of third-party cookie and mobile identifiers?
Exactly. I think it's a very good question and a very good point to underline that we are based on first-party data, which is very rich, very precise data, which has more and more value to determine some marketing audiences, for example, determine some marketing objectives. So it is one of the key assets of the Carrefour Links solution. And it's also right to say that the goal for us, the challenge, is to be very competitive in the overall marketing market, as Geoffroy mentioned, because the CPG right now has money to spend on marketing and will compare the various solutions and compare how Carrefour Links can answer its needs with first-party data, with capacity to measure end-to-end also until the product has been bought in a store. And I would like also, Warren, to build up on the answer, because you're also an expert of how we can use this first-party data, what we can make that other probably pure players cannot do.
It's been interesting listening to the first few questions. And the first thing for me that comes to mind is what's been said is it first all starts with the consumer. Because all of this, yes, there are things financial and other things, but at the end of the day, this is all about creating great customer experiences for the consumer, and we can never, ever forget that. The second thing is, just as was said, we believe this is just the beginning. The ability to share insight and analytics with suppliers, I don't think we've even touched the potential for what this can do to transform the shopping experience. What is so incredibly unique to what Carrefour is doing is that they're doing this transparently and doing it in a very granular way. And that is a wonderful opportunity for every consumer goods company in the world.
Let's talk competition. Hello, everybody. It's a question from Claire Boulot from Challenge in France. What differentiates Carrefour Links from relevancy casino platform?
Yes, bonjour Claire. We'll answer in English. I don't know if it's...
As you wish.
the question was asked in English, or
yes,
I can...
yeah.
Okay, so let's follow up in English. Yes, it's an interesting question to compare with relevancy, but I would like also, moreover, to say that the biggest retailers in the world are launching also solutions, not only relevancy, but like Walmart as well. I think what is very important is to say not only how we compare to this or this solution, but what is the level of competitiveness on this market, and what does is really makes the difference in the Carrefour Links proposition, value proposition. I would say that first, and it's very important, the size is important. The size of the data lake of what we can share and what we can use is very significant. We are doing it on an international level with Carrefour Links, with our 80 million customers around the world, 50 million with the loyalty card. So it's important to have this international basis, which is not always the case with others. It was also important for us, and Warren mentioned it, to have a very comprehensive set of solutions, to be able to be not only on the retail media part, but also before it on the analytics part, understand really what is at stake with the customers, what are the questions the customers asking, what are the behaviors of the customers with this analytics data set before retail media, and then up to measurement. So I think we have a very, very comprehensive data set that makes us specifically competitive. And then I will leave perhaps my partners build up on this, but technology is key. So I will not comment on the others' technology, but I think putting the best technologies and the best partners in this was one of the key decisions we made for Carrefour Links. And maybe Geoffroy or Warren, you were to build up on what makes it different within our technology solution.
Yeah, thank you, Elodie, and you nailed it. And one thing that I would like to add to your great points is, as you said, what makes any retailer, but especially Carrefour Links, unique is access to unique Carrefour inventory, right? So that's why comparing one solution to another retailer solution is like comparing apple to oranges. Brands are going to partner with Carrefour Links because they want to access Carrefour's audience and Carrefour transactions, right? So one thing that we've seen being the largest retail media technology provider in the world is we're noticing two trends. One, which is the minority, the very, very small minority of retailers are trying to build their own walled garden, similar to what Amazon's been doing, right? So they operate in isolation, they do their own technology, and then they build their own sales house. The vast majority, including the largest retailer in the world, including Carrefour, is choosing to partner in an open ecosystem. And why does that matter? Because if you're the brand manager at Pepsi, or the brand manager at L'Oreal, or the brand manager at Procter & Gamble, and you have a retail media budget, you're not only going to spend on Carrefour, you're not only going to spend on relevancy, you're going to spend on all of your retailer partners. And you don't want to work with 20 different small walled garden. You want to work with one partner, with one user interface, and then be able to have aggregated reporting that's going to help you justify your spend again to your CMO. And that's why we provide to Carrefour Links. I believe that's one of the reasons why Elodie and her team chose to partner with us. And also one of the reasons why actually the Criteo team is going to be the sales house for Carrefour in France, right? Because our team already talks to the brands, and that's something that Elodie's team doesn't have to replicate.
You know, one thing that I would add, it's, again, incredibly interesting. While today's launch is a beginning in a way, one thing to remember is that Carrefour has been a pioneer in this field. We have been working on data collaboration with Carrefour for the last 6 years. And during the last 6 years, it's all been about innovation. It's about trying to figure out how to better provide insights, how to better provide analytics, and then to do it on the scale that we're talking about, being so global and so large with such a large data set. When we think of technology, what all of that learning has boiled down to are two or three really key things. First, make it easy. The idea of the platform is with the partners to make it easy. The second thing is to make it safe. We believe it has to be safe and very privacy friendly, and it has to be consented. And then finally, do it in a way that the outcomes can really be great for consumers.
Thank you, Warren. La plupart des questions vous sont destinées.
Most questions are for Elodie at Carrefour.
On a Julie Delvallée du magazine LSA. Bonjour, ces relations avec les marques pour l'utilisation de vos données.
Relations with the brands will they impact your commercial negotiations? Well, we make a clear difference between the commercial negotiations, which is part of our work, and Carrefour Links, which is really another activity where we're going to sell marketing services. And as my colleagues have said, this is an open market. We will come up with offers which brands will have the choice to take or not, outside of retail with different propositions on different sites. So it's a competitive market, but it's not about negotiations. And actually we're talking about marketing budgets at the brand level. And it's really a competitive market, so we need to be at the best level. We need to do some reporting in order to meet with Criteo or Google. So we are really on this digital marketing market. We are not talking about commercial negotiations, and that's why we have a special entity called Carrefour Links. It's really another activity. So, in fact, you're a competitor with Nielsen, or do you think you are doing something complementary? Well, I'd say there are enough room on the market for Nielsen and others, but indeed we are using part of our know-how, our consumer insight, to feed analysis that can be complementary to what brands do with those companies like Nielsen in order to understand consumer behavior. But what we will do differently, of course, it's a very granular approach adapted to Carrefour in real time, which is an added value, with tools that we share with the category managers. So it's quite differentiating on the market. And of course, brands will keep on using other sources of insight. You can think about Google Insights. We are all able to take part of this market. But very clearly, when we discuss, and we are in the process of discussing with the biggest brands, there's a strong will to really enter the analytics, because everyone is going through this revolution, analytics revolution. Brands need more elements to make decisions. A last question, if you agree, for François, and maybe other speakers will give their point of view. But François, Benoît Merlot from Linéaire magazine. Are those technologies preparing the end of the usual paper flyers that we've known for ages? So when do you think this will lead brands to change the channels? Well, maybe I would like to comment on what was said before about the competitiveness for this type of solutions. It's about, let's talk about what we don't talk about, the Cloud Foundation. Carrefour initiated it 3 years ago. It allowed them to speed up their availability. 100%, I remember. Yes, Carrefour Links would not exist otherwise. So you've got all the added value services by Criteo and others, but without the cloud, this would not exist. We used to talk about the retail media years ago, but it's really thanks to the cloud. Now, coming back to the question on the flyers, the paper catalogs, of course, there's the environmental stake, because we need to reduce the quantity of paper, and Carrefour knows this. There were tests done at Carrefour because the catalogue was put on YouTube. You know, YouTube was supposedly for music and entertainment, but now it's also for commerce. And this was shown that you can have the equivalent of your catalogue on YouTube, and you could even have a real efficiency because 24 million people actually saw those catalogues, and that we would have never believed it in the first place. Yes, absolutely. But it's true that YouTube is now an e-commerce platform, so we're in this trend, and it's going to permeate the whole of the industry. So of course we need less paper for the environment, and the digital format is really becoming an alternative. If I may add something, it's a really good point that François made. But end of this flyers, I don't know, but it's definitely a trend. And I think one of the advantages of Carrefour Links, which was amplified by the pandemic, is that we have a massive influx of new people who just started ordering online for the first time, namely food products or detergent. And by doing so, there has been a real massive migration of the audience from an offline world to an online world. And as a consequence, brands had to, rather than spend their money trying to push their brands on a flyer, now they've realized it's much more impactful for them and also for the end users. So they've realized it does work, it's efficient. So we see this massive migration from the traditional trade budgets that we've mentioned earlier towards the online, and this is really speeding up. And finally, just to get back to a previous question regarding Nielsen. Indeed, there are lots of services to do measurements that Carrefour Links will be able to do, but also fundamentally what Carrefour can do, and is the only one able to do, is giving access through on their site and on their mobile apps, a direct access to their brands, and nobody else can do it, and that's a great advantage. Thank you, Geoffroy. Another question from Fabienne Gerle, from Offre Média 100% Média. For you, Elodie, do you think you're in advance compared to your competitors, Leclerc, Auchan, etc., with Carrefour Links, and what are you planning to do to stay ahead of the game? Well, I won't comment on the competitors, but what is important for us is that we are competitive on this promising market, which is about analytics and data for retail media. Today, our partners can witness that Carrefour Links is very competitive. It's got all it takes to attract and seduce our brands, our clients. Again, keeping in mind that we're serving our clients, as we've said, we want to stay ahead, that we are with Carrefour Links. So it's a daily task to keep on building those solutions, because solutions are co-constructed. If you look at the past year, we've seen changes in consumer behaviors, but also in the brands' behaviors. Look at the marketing budgets, look at the technical evolutions. So it's really a business where other things will happen and other solutions will arrive. So we want to be in the position of being able to evolve with all those changes, be them technological or behavioral. So we've tried to answer a maximum of questions. Thank you for everyone who participated.
Thanks to Elodie, Warren, Geoffroy, and François. Maybe Elodie, would you like to say a few words? Je suis meilleur en français quand même.
Oui, merci d'avoir assisté avec nous aujourd'hui à ce lancement qui est important pour nous.
Thank you for participating today for this very important launch. I think Carrefour Links is about showing that we're able to seize new opportunities in the digital world, to launch new promising activities, and we're still focusing on this, better serving the client.
LiveRamp and Criteo for their participation and for their insights. I think our collaboration has allowed Carrefour to make a great stride forward in our data strategy with the launch of Carrefour Links.